Allow me to introduce myself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Demboyz, and here are 5 tips for weight loss. I'm not saying these are tried and true, but I'm saying these work for me. I kind of had to go on a journey to find each one, but I'm saying over time these work for me and they help me lose weight and build lean muscle. So yeah, let's get it started. Water. Water's got to be the most important element in our body. It makes about 60% of us. You can go weeks without eating food and only a couple days without drinking water. Dehydration can lead you to feeling sluggish. You can have trouble concentrating. So when you're dehydrated, your body can't flush out the toxins that build up in your body. If these toxins stay too long in your body, you're prone to sickness, you're prone to all sorts of other stuff. Drinking water is probably the most important thing to losing weight. It raises your metabolism so you can improve your fat burning rate. Also, if you drink water before a meal, you'll feel fuller, so you won't eat as much. So the National Academy of Medicine, also known as NAM, suggests an ideal water consumption of around 3.7 liters for male and 2.7 liters for a female. So around 15 cups for a male and 11 cups for a female. These numbers should be more of an outline because the water you consume also factors in the water in the food you eat. Don't be too hung up on these numbers. Just use it more of an outline. So when you're exercising and sweating, drink lots of water because that's just gonna benefit, you in the long run. It's gonna lubricate your joints. It's gonna help you feel more awake. And it's just gonna make your body perform at its best. You do want to stay away from the sports drinks, so like Gatorade or anything like that. These usually contain sodium, preservatives, fake sugars, and artificial colors, all of which would negate your workout, be the complete opposite of what you're doing. And keep it simple, just use water when you're working out or in your everyday life. Try to drink as much water as you can. Plus water is mostly free at the gym, so sleep. So think about it. When you've had a bad night of sleep, how do you feel when you wake up? Are you exhausted? Are you dazed? Are you confused? Even grumpy, It's not just your brain that it's going to affect, it's your body it's going to affect. It's a term called metabolic grogginess. So when your insulin is functioning well, fat cells, fatty acid, lipids are removed from your bloodstream. Most people think hunger is related to willpower, but it's actually controlled by 2 hormones, leptin and ghrelin. So leptin is a hormone that's produced in your fat cells. The less leptin you produce, the more your stomach feels empty. The more ghrelin you produce, the more you stimulate hunger, while also reducing the amount of calories you burn, your metabolism, and increasing the amount of fat you store. In other words, you need to control your leptin and ghrelin to successfully lose weight. But if you don't get enough sleep, that makes it impossible. Cardio. Getting your heart rate into your target heart rate zone means your blood is pumping. You're breathing hard, you're sweating. As soon as you get into that efficient calorie burning zone, your body burns calories. Simple as that. The harder you work out, the more calories you're gonna burn. You can easily add intensity and increase your calorie burn. Going faster, jumping higher, climbing hills, trying new activities your body isn't used to. Cardio is just gonna add to your overall calorie deficit. All right, burning calories with exercise means you don't have to cut as many calories from your diet, as long as you don't compensate the workouts by eating more later in the day, And now back in the day, I was doing weights, not really doing cardio in any way. I actually started doing cardio 2 years ago when I actually got my dog. We'll usually run him in the morning and then run him in the evening when I get home from work. I think I've been lifting for 7 years now, and for all my 7 years up to today, I never incorporated cardio. I always disregarded it, thinking it wasn't for me. I wanted that muscle, but I didn't realize that lean muscle was hiding under a layer of fat. I started to introduce cardio, and sure enough, the lean muscle started to appear. It was just hiding under that layer of fat. So introduce cardio on top of your workouts, and you'll lose weight in no time. Weights. Now, when it comes to fat loss, most people just do cardio and dieting. Strength training or weightlifting can burn just as much, if not more, fat than if you were just to do cardio. Cardio is great. It does shrink down your fat, but it also shrinks down your muscle mass. So you end up being skinny, but you also end up not retaining any of that muscle mass. Think about this. A larger engine burns more fuel, so larger muscles will burn more fat. Cardio does burn calories and fat when you're performing it, but high rep strength training also has what is known as EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This is just a fancy term for saying your metabolism is going to stay activated longer after your exercise. A good strength training program or weightlifting session will raise your EPOC for up to 38 hours after your workout. So in other words, you burn more calories after you're done your workout, whereas if you stop cardio, the calorie burning stops as well. If you couple strength training with diet and cardio, fat is just gonna melt off your body. Now for me, I like to go kind of what I can handle in weights and high reps. If I'm feeling like I hit a plateau and I need to change it up a bit, I'll go heavy weights, low reps. You just kind of have to find what works for you. I kind of am going for that leaner look, so I'm doing more high reps but lower weights. So if you're starting off new, just do what you feel comfortable. If you think you can do 20 pounds, just go one below that and then work your way up. Diet. Now, nutrition and training work synergistically. That means they work together. Gaining muscle, losing fat, athletic conditioning, whatever, you know? You won't get any results if you're not paying attention to both, you know? Cardio, diet, weights. The sheer importance of raw material for your body to use for muscle growth, I can't stress that enough. Diet's gotta be probably the most important factor for lean muscle mass growth and weight loss. Without proper nutrition, supplementation, and hydration, you will make little or no change and find yourself frustrated because you're not gonna see these changes. First off, you gotta understand there are 3 micronutrients concerned with bodybuilding or weight loss. There's proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Proteins are composed of various amino acids and are the building blocks of muscle tissue. Proteins build, maintain, and repair your muscle tissue. This is going to be important when you're doing your cardio, your weightliftings, and other stuff like that, other activities like that. There are 20 amino acids, 12 in which your body produces naturally, but the other ones are called essential amino acids and can only be obtained through food. So you're gonna make sure you need a good protein intake to sustain that muscle growth, have that lean muscle growth for weight loss. So some sources of good proteins is gonna be milk, it's gonna be eggs, beef, tuna, chicken. Those are where you can find your essential amino acids for ideal weight loss and ideal lean muscle growth. Carbohydrates are going to be your most readily available source of energy. This is going to be basically to fuel your muscles and produce energy for you. But if you consume too much carbohydrates, your body's going to store that as fat. So you got to be careful and find a healthy balance. The trick is to consume just enough carbs to maintain your body. A good rule is for every gram of protein, consume 2 of carbohydrates. So carbohydrates is gonna be fruits, fruit juices, sugars, pastas, bread, rice, oatmeal. Fats are actually an essential for building muscle mass, lean muscle mass, and for weight loss. They also help your body function properly. Fats are also the body's source of stored energy. There are 2 types of fats. There are saturated fats. You're gonna wanna stay away from these as much as possible. So these are gonna be found in like processed foods and stuff like that, but good saturated fats you're gonna find in beef, but you still wanna keep that to a minimum. Unsaturated fats, these fats are stored for energy and actually help in muscle building. Almost every food contains unsaturated fats. So before I neglected my diet, I was eating whatever I wanted after workout because I thought, hey, I earned it. I worked hard for this. And I got to a bad point when I had just moved to Toronto. I was living by myself. I wasn't working out. I was eating whatever I wanted, going out every night, eating maybe 2 to 3 times out every night. Whenever a friend wanted to go out to eat, I was like, sure. I wasn't cooking any of my own food. I was eating a lot of processed food, fast food, everything you could think of. But it wasn't until after I started to clean up my diet and cut out these unprocessed foods and started to cook for myself, I started to notice a difference. So those are 5 tips for weight loss. I'm not saying these are tried and true. I'm saying these work for me. So if you can take some tips from this and implement it into your everyday life, I'm sure your weight loss goals are going to be met. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and share this video. And that's it. I'm out.